What is up, guys? Gabriel Sully here again from Gist Tech Review. I know it's been a while since I did a last video, but today, this video, I promise is going to be awesome. So I'm going to be doing my first direct comparison between two products, which are the Logitech M325, it's this mouse, and the Logitech MX Performance, which is this one. So as you know, they're both from the same brand, but they still have different features. And I'm gonna tell you which one is the best for like different types of jobs. So let's go into this. So one of the first things that you have to know is that between these two mouses, there's a big difference. Not even like just in the way they look, also in the price. If you're a normal person like us people, you'll probably buy this one just because you don't need much. And when you're gonna see the difference of price between these two, you're gonna understand what I mean by this. So this one is pretty simple, doesn't have extra features, buttons, like it doesn't have a two scrolling speed, just a simple one. And this one costs around $19 to $25, but this one costs around $250 to $350. It's the first version, it's the first edition of the MX series, so we can understand that this has a much bigger value than this one for, I guess, a very similar use. Because when you look at them, like when you put them next to each other, you see that this one is just a smaller version of this one, less advanced, less weighted. So let's just see what makes this one worth $350 versus this one that's worth $20. Here we go. So first of all, as I said before, one of the main reasons why this one is worth more is because it's the first edition of in the MX series. So it's the MX Performance. There's no number like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just MX Performance. It's the first one. So this one has, you can see side buttons on the side, and it has two scrolling speed, the extra fast and the slower one. It has multiple buttons, like one here, one here. You have three here and one button here. When you compare it to this one, you see that this one is pretty simple. It just has the regular buttons that we know them. This one that you can click and glide with it. So it's nothing much compared to this. So that's one of the factors that make this one like more valuable. The other factor is that this one has a sensor, an optical sensor that was designed especially for the use of this mouse. It's called the dark field sensor. So this sensor is very precise, so every movement that you make, it's gonna feel it. That's what's great with it. And also something else that I've learned with it is that the sensor can also work on special surfaces like a white desk. Sometimes it doesn't work with the other one, but this one it works, and on a glass, like with glass on glass surface. So you can make it work on glass surface. So by the way, there's a review on this one. I made a review on this mouse. I'm gonna put it in the description later. So now let's talk about this one. One of the main differences between this one and this one are not like the way they're made, but more the way we will use them for, and the accessories that come with it. So when you open them, you remove the part that's here. You can see that there's a battery that came with it, and it's a I think it's a AA battery. Exactly, that's a AA battery. And there's the adapter, the nano adapter. So this one is more recent. You can see that it has more clean finished design than the other one. Because when you open this mouse, you don't really get a place to put the receiver. You just hope it doesn't get stuck between the battery and this plastic part. So it's an older version of the receiver. You see there's the white stripe. It's a little bit more complex, but the whole word Logitech is fit on it. So that's what makes it interesting. Another part that we don't really see when we open it, but that we experience after, is that this mouse has a rechargeable battery. So that's why we have a micro USB port here to recharge this battery. This one doesn't have a rechargeable battery, so you have to change it sometimes. But since it's been like 5 months since I've been using this one, and I never changed my battery, so probably because it's not a very, let's say, sensitive like sensor. It's not very advanced in the technology, so that's probably why it uses less power. But still, you have to change it, and that's one of the disadvantages. You cannot charge this mouse, but you can with this one. So if you're a type of guy that does not carry batteries around with him, you should buy this one, because you can charge it and use it at the same time. The other feature that I want to talk to you about is the scrolling speed. So you might have heard me, you might have remembered that I said at the beginning that in this mouse there's 2 scrolling speed. So I'm just gonna show this to you right now. So what I was talking about when I mentioned 2 scrolling speeds is that, well, as I said before, in this mouse there are 2 scrolling speeds. So now it's the slow one. You see that it's slower, and there's the faster one. You can just, there's no resistance, it's just there. So when we compare this scrolling speed to this one, we see that this one is between 2. Like, it's not fast like this, but it's not slow like this too. It's just, it sits in the middle, and it can go fast like this. It's not recommended, but yeah, it can go. But now you see that between these two, they're pretty much equal, because this one has the same feature as this one. This one has them at the same time, and this one separately. But when we compare them to other models of mouses like this, a more recent one or an old one, we see that they're very good, because this one, it's recent, but still, I can't let it spin. I have to press on each scroll I want to do, and you see it's not very solid. This one is cheaper too, but this one costs less than this one. So you see, sometimes it's not built the right way, but in this case we have very good mouses. Both are built the right way. This one is a little bit older, but it's still good. You see, you hear the difference. You cannot scroll. You have a better scrolling than this one still, but you cannot spin your wheel like this. So that's one of the main differences between the scroll speed. Another difference is that, well, it's more of a resemblance between the two, it's that this one and this one, when you have sweaty hands, I don't have sweaty hands, but sometimes people have sweaty hands. I know someone that has the exact same mouse. He has sweaty hands, and because of the unglossy finish, it's pretty sweet. It leaves marks, big marks. And one thing that's great with this one that's cheaper is that in comparison to this one, where you can't do what I'm gonna say, on this one you can just remove the red top, and you can make somebody paint this, so there's no sweat marks anymore on it, and you can see what's inside, like that. Here it's the scrolling thing, so even when you turn it on, you see the light that's opening. That's an extra feature. You don't need to do it, it's just like if you want to customize it. I know someone that made it, like he got it like spray painted. So that's another feature that I just found interesting. And then you're gonna tell me that, yeah, on this one too you can remove it. You can't remove it because it's made a cheap way. You're not supposed to be removing this. That's where the sensors are. So you're not supposed to be able to remove it and to put it back. It's just made in a cheap way. You see the plastic bends. In those two, we have a good quality plastic. It doesn't bend as much, but it's not as rigid as this one. It's pretty much between the two ones. So the other feature I want to talk about is our more are the sensors. And for that, we're gonna test it on somewhere else. So I'm here, a new area just to test the mouses. So here I have a Wikipedia page open. So we're gonna start by testing this one. We're gonna test the scrolling speed and the tapping speed. So I set all the settings the same for this one and this one. So don't worry. So here we go. It can move like in a you see it moves. It's a normal mouse. So let's see how quick I can type. Okay, double tapping is pretty good. Let's see the scrolling speed. So this is the, let's go for the slow scrolling. Okay, if I try to go all the way down, I have to scroll 2 times all the way up just to see. One, okay, 2 times 2. Now the hyper fast scrolling. Okay, just 1 time, as I expected it to be, just 1 time. So now let's change mouse. We're gonna try with the M325. So let's plug it in. So now that it's connected, you see, okay, pretty much as fast because I set all the settings the same. But for the scrolling speed now, if I go very fast like that, okay, I could go like all the way down in 1 scroll. But let's say I'm doing it normally, in a normal way, like this. 1, 2, okay. It takes me to read normally, but this time, since like I set all the settings in a high way, it makes me go in 1, 2, in just only 1 way. Let's go back to the real video part. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment which one of these mouses you preferred, or if you're more old school guy that still has wired mouses, or that has a very expensive and very performant wired mouse. Just let me know in the comments, and let me also know by liking this video if you want to see more of me comparing 2 products, like headphones, like the Empowered 7s to another pair of headphones, or speakers or computers. Just let me know if you want to see this more. But for now, this is it. Hope you enjoyed again, and see you next time. I'm gonna try to do it sooner than last time. Peace.